But that's where I am.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I'm like
Yeah,
Philly. I
yeah.
done threw my Bible all around this church, all around this damn truck one time, and there was no lightning strikes. I didn't trip and fall and bust my face.
Yes,
Okay, putting the Quran in the highest position in my house didn't change a thing. You know what I'm saying? It's about learning
Nah,
from that literature.
right, right. Taking from all of the principles from all and being a good person. And that's just it. It's nothing else about it. But I'm not gonna go give that credit to somebody that's just some sky daddy type thing. I can't do that because my father and my mother taught me a lot. And they instilled in me everything that the image that I am. I know and I can see my dad in me. And I can see my mom in me with my attitude and all the things that I do. So I'm giving everything back to them. I'm not giving no credit back to somebody else. Because see, they got parents too. I gotta give credit to them. And then I gotta give credit to their parents and their parents. Now I don't even have to explain it after that because the rest of it I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
Yeah,
even try to get into to all of that. You know what I mean? Because to me, all of that type of talk leads to a distraction of what we really here for. You know what I'm saying? And
hmm,
I'm here to help you like you here to help me. That's the only thing that I see. You know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing else. So if I see something wrong with you or something that I can give to help with your situation, I'm gonna try to give it. That's just what type of person that I am. And then when I don't see that being shown around me, you don't see that being lived around you, you're in the wrong atmosphere.
that
You
part.
you're around the wrong people. You
Well, I
gotta
put it this
separate
way. I
yourself
said it.
from that.
Hmm. I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
brother.
Go ahead, sir. No, you good. Go ahead, sis.
Hey, can
go
I?
ahead, sir. I got you, Bash. Give me a second. Shout out JJ, then Light One, and my brother Dennis Alton, and Flat Motherfucking Power, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Go ahead, Nami, then you can pass it to the brother Bash. I always beat up his name. Welcome, man.
Go
Did
ahead,
you want
sis.
Sorry,
to?
y'all.
What
My
you?
phone call that came through.
Okay, got
Oh,
you.
okay.
You got it,
Um, I,
Nami. I'm gonna pass it to the
I'm
brother that just came on. Bash.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Loud and clear. Welcome, man.
Hey, shalom to everybody. Hey, listen, I was about to go live on my channel, but since I saw you guys on, I'm sharing on my channel. I'll turn it off if you want me to turn it off.
It's
Oh,
all
you
good by
good.
me, man.
Okay. Well, I listened to a little bit of what you brothers and sisters were saying, and people who take that position, I always pose this out. Suppose that what's in the Bible in regards of prophecy and spirituality, what if you couldn't see what we see in prophecy as well as a better life by following the guidelines of the Bible? Because I see a lot of benefit in following the Bible. I see a lot of parts of the Bible that if the common man took heed to and followed it, it would make him or her, if it's a woman, would make them a better man or woman. Do you disagree?
Definitely
I
disagree.
believe that those principles that you're reading would definitely help you.
Oh, so you do
That's
agree?
what she's.
Because you do agree.
That's what she. I'm speaking of the
Mm-hmm.
principles, not the religion. Only the principles that you're reading, because there's no such thing as a religion. There's right and wrong, and then there's no in between. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, perfectly. But the thing is,
Yeah. So there's no religion. There's only right and wrong.
right? So
Yeah,
See, so I
and
try to
real
keep it.
quick,
So I
Bash,
try to keep it.
real quick, Bash, I disagree because all of that uh, teaching in that Bible is based on mythology, what I stand 10 toes down, and none of it is real. It's someone's imagination, but we won't deal with that as a reality. that it's not real. It's something they made
Yeah.
up. And I stand 10 toes down on that. And that your preacher will even tell you, we can't prove none of this shit in this book.
Well, like
It's all based on a belief system.
well, like the
And like I
That'll
said
make it.
earlier, and I'm going to pass it to you, just like you have the right to believe, I got the right not to believe. You feel me?
okay, well,
And no consequences behind it. But go ahead, you got it.
but like the last brother who just was speaking, like he said, he doesn't believe in the religion, but he believes in the principle. And what I was trying to explain to you guys, well, not well, you specifically, because I don't know if the other people were on the panel. What I was trying to explain the last time I was on here is that the Bible is not a religious book. Religion was created by man. When you read the prophets, they didn't follow a religion. They followed the principles or the laws, statutes, and commandments, kind of going back to what the brother was saying. So I don't believe in
Yes,
religion. I
sir.
believe,
Like I said, you want them people to be real because you believe in it. But they can't prove Adam existed. They can't prove Muhammad existed. They all imaginary characters. But like I said, when we show you the corruption of the church and how the church and the state is connected to the federal government and how they get tax breaks to basically keep pushing this religion in our communities, that they can't prove that none of them people is real. But our people want to believe it. It's real because they wrote it down in a book. Doesn't make it real. And like I brought up, the part of the library that it's in the fiction section.
Now I would have to agree, OG. I gotta agree with that. With the myth part, that's what it is. Like you said, it's all fake characters. So when it comes to that part, yeah, it is fake. So I wouldn't agree with none of that at all. But that's why I only agree with right and wrong and the principles of doing right and wrong. That's it. All the rest of them stories, that's trash. That was just a waste of time and what they put together to have you debate over and all kind of other things over. You know what I'm saying, young man? That's all that stuff was here for. Everything else is wasting your time.
okay, well,
You'll find out in your study as you go.
well, from my study, it, I'm sorry, somebody want to say something? From
Yeah, you got it.
No,
I'm gonna
go
say
ahead, bro.
something.
from
I'm gonna
from
say something. Go ahead. You got
from
it.
my study, as far as real and what's not real, is that when you study the Bible, the curses that fell on the actual children of Israel, which I believe we are a part of. I believe that we're not Africans. I believe that all dark skinned people or people with melanin are not the same people. And I believe when you read about the children of Israel in the Bible, you're reading about our forefathers, whether you want to believe that or not. But my point is, this is why I go with the book, because the curses that fell on God's chosen people fit us. Like one curse is that all nations would get up very high and we would get down very low. We would borrow from other nationalities, but none will borrow from us. And historically, which I brought up a lot of times on this same channel, is that you can't name one business or one establishment since the 1800s to current that exists that our people can compete with other nationalities in business, because we're cursed, I believe. And whenever I pose that question, no one can ever give an example of a Bank of America that we own, an example of a Best Buy that we own. We don't own anything that can compete financially with the other nationalities, which God said, from my studies, which God said would fall on us as a people. Can you name a business that black people own? We rule the rap industry, but we don't own it. We
Eh,
rule
eh,
football and sports,
How
but we
can
don't.
you
God, I'm sorry.
how can
yeah.
you in a war do that? When you're a prisoner of war, how can you do that?
Well, then that goes back to my belief. According to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, the curses that's on our people that
So you think that's a curse that we are a prisoner? That's a curse?
yeah,
Or do
because
you think there's something
well,
or
in
you think there's something that occurred in history and that we haven't stood up as men and women being responsibly to our families and our children to stand up for ourselves?
well, that's part of the curse. the part of the curse which you read in
Well,
Deuteronomy, which has
I don't think
you
that's
got you got
I
you got
wouldn't call that a curse.
you're not gonna let me.
I would call that cowardness. I wouldn't call that a curse. That would be cowardness, my brother.
Well, part of the
I'm gonna
curse
tell
was
you as a revolution,
part of the curse.
and I don't mean to cut you off. Go
Part of the
ahead.
curse was that we would be destroyed for our lack of knowledge. In Hosea 4:6, the Lord said, "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge." So it's not just cowardice. Even that's in the scripture too.
So
That's
do you think?
you got to let me finish the.
So you actually think that we don't know that we're going through this right now? You think the
I think
people,
I think
black folks around you,
I think
they don't know that we're going through something?
I think we're comfortable in this to the point we think that a lot of us believe that it's natural to function and exist the way we exist. I think we've become so dumbed down by the Spirit that we think that this is natural. And the ones of us who don't think that way, we're bitter and angry, which I can understand. But you can't explain to you said it's something we're going through, not in those exact words, but in 200 years, we as a people have not been able to establish a business that can financially compete with our enemies or people outside of us. 200 years and counting. It has to be something supernatural or spiritual to have us in this position for so long. You understand what I'm saying? We don't have a seat
Yeah,
in the United
I
Nations, but
don't.
who speaks up? You call yourself.
real quick, y'all. Shout out my brother Big Chief. Uh, fuck you, crackers. Ray Light. I am everything. Who else came in? Beast Mode. What's good, Beast Mode? Grand Riser. Uh, the link I'm putting in the chat is working. For some reason, it won't let certain people on. I've never had this problem. I uh, personally sent the email to a couple, the link to a couple people. It should be working. Everybody say it ain't working, but it should be working.
And from everybody on my side, this is the OG Philly show. Great show.
Respect.
Subscribe to the Brothers channel. I've been on here for a few years. Great channels. One of the toughest environments to get your point of views out, but it's a great show. The OG Philly show.
Thank you, sir. Big
So check
dog
it out.
Philly OG.
Let me ask you, my bro. How much experience have you had out there in business and trying to create something like what you're saying? Have you ever got out there like that, or even ran in for a political position, a high political position, or something like that? Have you done that before?
Well, as far as politics, I don't believe in politics. I think it's all a scam. I think it's all fixed and it's a scam. Maybe you might have a shot in a small town as a mayor or some position politically in a small town, but overall, I believe it's all a scam, and we're seeing that now. America has never been this bad as far as her, how she's doing financially or morally. She's never been this bad. Look at all the stuff coming out with the Epstein case. You know why?
Okay, so you know that politics has something to do with people having businesses, right?
Well, yeah, America is a corporation. You understand?
Right.
And it's a capitalist system. So,
but what I'm saying is that you said that we haven't produced something in over 200 years or whatever, right?
no, I
Okay.
said, not only have we not produced, I said not only have we produced anything, we don't have anything current for the last 200 years after slavery in the mid 1800s, 1865, then Reconstruction, the Reconstruction period in the 1800s, all the way to
Well, I
current.
want to show you why.
I mean, I
want to show you why.
You don't want to hear mine.
Go ahead.
I'm just simply
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just simply saying that it has to be something spiritual, because from that point on, from the 1865 to current, we have not ever had a position of business to compete with our enemies. We had the Black Wall Street that was destroyed by the enemy. You had I forgot what it's called, Roseland.
Hey, brother Bash, can I tap in real quick? This is OG Philly, man. You know, you talking about businesses, and I brought up that these churches are $1 trillion businesses that taking the resources out of our community. But when I say that, it goes in one ear and out the other one. I've been saying that for years. The money that we put into these churches, we could be building our own communities without those churches. But our people choose to keep believing in these churches and these religions and these books is why we don't have any financial freedom. They teach us in the education system about history and all other stuff, but they don't teach us how to run a business. And religion is $1 trillion business, like I keep saying, brother. And
OG,
that is a fact about
OG,
that. It's a business.
OG, I said this.
God has a
If I
business
may.
and is getting millions of dollars of income. Go ahead,
Let me,
Nabi. Then I'm gonna
I
let
want
the
to
brother
respond to
back.
that, but
Well,
go ahead.
Because
two things.
I want to
I
respond to
did
that.
tap in with him. Go ahead, Nabi. I'm muting up.
Well, two things. I heard the other day someone talking about what businesses we didn't control, mentioning the Italians, the different kind of mafias there were, mentioning the educational system. Also, I heard someone saying that the Black Caucus, the things that they control, it was three things that they control. One of them being the immigration stuff, and the other one will be the education system. And I couldn't respond that day, but my thought was the reason why we don't own anything is because we started targeting, and we, as in our forefathers or whatever parents, whatever, started targeting our own, whereas other people work with themselves, people who went into the banking industry, people who went into the education system, whatever it was that was left from us from the 1800s, we started targeting our own, separating from our own. And every time we sit up and we throw the word black on it, we further marginalize ourselves from um, from society, if you would. Uh, but that was my thought,
Okay.
because I'm not on that we Hebrew Israelite
Can
stuff.
I respond to that? That's
Real quick, Nash, I got you. Navi, I definitely agree, but it's also, like I said,
Go
I
ahead.
agree
I
with that
want to
point you
chime in.
brought up. I got you, Bash. I'm gonna give it right to you. But I definitely know like I said, I did the numbers for 100 years. If we basically the last 100 years, what we donated to the church, we could have built our own community over almost $7 trillion a year go to these religious organizations, and we're taught not to invest that in our family and ourselves. Just imagine if 50% of that was invested in ourselves. We wouldn't need a government or no churches in our community. But go ahead, Bash, because I did cut you off. Respect.
Black people. Well, on what the sister said, that I mean, honest, I see what she's saying. We're divided, which is also a curse on us too when you read Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. But at the same time, you're going to tell me for 200 years 200 years we're so ignorant that we can't get it together. Oprah Winfrey, basketball players, football players, actors, they could all put their money together, like the Chinese, like the Japanese, like the imposter Jew. They could all put their money together and start a business, and it wouldn't even affect them financially, but so much. But they will not do this because they're under the scrutiny, and they have to follow their master, the white man. You understand? So,
But also, brother, because
but
we target our own.
I
We
agree.
can't
I'm
trust
not disagreeing.
ourselves. Okay.
I agree with you. I said
I got you, bro.
that's in the curses
Okay.
too. When you get a
I
chance in your free
definitely
time,
agree with
I'm
Nadi,
I'm
but like
I'm circling back to you, OG, because I want to just make a remark, a response on what you said earlier too. When you get a chance, to just read Deuteronomy the 28th chapter and tell me who do you think that is talking about, or who it fits. Now, on OG's point about the church, black people are not in the church like that. Black people are more into politics than the church. Black people are more into music than the church in 2025. The church is not crippling us on the same extent as politics or being in the system. That's a joke. The average young
Yes, it
man is
is.
not in the church like he was in the 40s and 50s. The average young man is chasing his dreams or into music or into sports. He's not in the church. The
brother
old folks
Bash,
are in the church. The old
real quick, brother, I got you. It's the elders that pushed it on us that's still paying into the church. Like I said, it's $1 trillion a year business, and our people, when we leave the church, we still have that Bible at home and believe it. So, like I said, you just took the church from the church into your home and made your home a church, and now
Well,
you left the church, but still keep that book and believe in that book, brother.
Let me
When we
read this.
tell you,
and I'll take one
go
from
ahead.
that. In as much as, yeah, I was raised in the church, in and out of the church, and understand that a lot of the musicians and stuff, a lot of the singers, they all come from the church. Lecturers, they come through the church. Politics, they come through the church. Banking, they come through the church. All of that is tied to the church, okay? And being that it's tied to the church from our forefathers, if you go down there in the New Testament, whether you believe it or not, it tells you to take that and go out into the world. So when you talk about young people not being in the church today, it's because a lot of them have went out into the world. So they're still doing music. They're still doing all the other things, but outside the church, because the church is not doing what it was supposed to do. It was just a stopgap to hold us for a minute, but it didn't teach us properly, because many of the things that were supposed to happen in the church did not happen. And one of those things would be our children learning music, because they had taken that out, and technically because of what it does to our psyche, how music helps our psyche and helps us to comprehend things.
Comprehend
Okay.
what? Comprehend
um
Life.
what?
What about life?
And give me
Comprehend life.
and give me
You know,
frequencies.
give
real
me an
quick,
artist.
Navi, I got you.
Frequencies would be
Go
one.
for it.
What? One second,
Okay. Classical music opens up what?
sister.
Your frequency.
Okay.
You know, young black men and women are not listening to classical music. Come on, stop this.
I
Stop
didn't
that.
say that they were. You asked me a
No,
question that was
I
not
asked.
related to young people. You asked me about music.
No,
Let me go back.
in response
Okay,
to
let me
what?
go back.
Go back to what you said. This
Let's go back.
the original statement you
Okay,
made.
let's go back. Repeat the statement I made,
You said
because you're taking me
you said
off talking about young
you
people where
said
I was
younger
talking about
people.
music.
You said younger people, I can't remember the exact words. Younger people listen to music to kind of
Okay,
to kind of open them up, to see.
music helps us to comprehend things, just like comedy helps us to
So
comprehend
my question
things.
to you on that statement is: name me a song that young black people are listening to that helps them
No,
Let me finish.
that's a mute argument.
It's,
No,
it's a
because
question.
I introduced classical music for the question that you asked. Don't ask me about no song. I'm telling you that young people went out into the
Well,
world
give me an
to
example.
practice their craft of
Make me
music.
understand. Let me just read this real quick.
Well,
I
if
can't
you
make you
want,
understand.
Let me read
if
this
you
real
want to
Classical
quick.
make it,
music is on the table.
Let me read this real
if,
quick. Let me read this real quick online. It says,
sis, if he wants to use a song, "Fight the Power," that's a song.
"Fight the
We ain't gonna
power."
say it.
Well, it's
No,
That
I'm
is
not going with that,
1986.
because I know it's a dumb argument.
It's
well,
not a
you
dumb
asked the
argument.
song.
I think we're having a good conversation and we're touching bases in reality. I don't think it's a dumb
Well,
argument at
you
all.
asked the song, but
Classical
I've got to
music,
add.
classical music,
Go ahead,
which
sis.
is also part of our stuff. Classical music, jazz, blues, R&B, on up the line to hip hop, rap, and all of that is still dealing with our language comprehension and our cognition. So I don't know
Yep.
why you're questioning
No,
what music.
what I said when you made that statement, I said that young people, young black people, let's say from the age range of 14 to 22, let's use that age range. The majority of them are not listening to classical music. They're not listening to classical music.
Of
So my
course,
question
but
to
there are a lot that are.
all right, but that's not there's a even a broken clock is wrong two times in a day. There are exceptions to every rule,
Exactly.
everything. But
What time is it over there where you are?
my point is I'm not going to go into it because the last time I brought up music and how it's destroying our people, everybody went crazy and was attacking me and being disrespectful. So I'm not going to go there. But let me just read this real quick for OG. I looked it up on people in the church, young people. It says, disillusionment and the church hurt. Some younger black individuals are leaving the church due to negative experiences or a disillusionment with its practices and teachings. See,
Of course.
so so,
I don't doubt that.
I'm on the same page as you. I'm not fighting with you. I'm just simply saying that younger people they're not attracted to classical music or jazz. I like jazz. I got a whole thing
I
of
get
jazz.
it. I get it. That ain't the biggest point. The point was that these things were in the church at one point. A lot of people were in the church in times go past that ended up moving out into the secular world with music.
When you
Now
think,
the church didn't offer the same things that they offered way back in, let's say, my grandparents' times or
ah,
whatever, that it was a community thing.
mhm,
When old Mr. Johnson's fence needs to be fixed, or Sister Sue's house needs a new roof,
mhm.
that they got together and did that. They didn't do that anymore. Let me give you one of the historical references, and I can't tell you where to go look for this, but you can probably find it. What ended up happening was, while our brothers and sisters, family churches or whatever the case is, people going into the pulpit, when they started offering credit because the people weren't paying anymore, if you would, they started going to the banks and they hocked those churches and those buildings. And that's why we got the Eternal Building Fund right now. So that's one of the disheartening things that happen. The money isn't there. When you talk about tithing, for example, there's a term in Islam that goes with this, and then there, tithing and taxes and all of this. But there was a point in our history coming from some elders in Alabama where the mothers would actually put the money together for the children to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if they went to college using that fund that was created, that was put together with the church folks, they were obligated to come back into their community and work in their community for 10 years. This is where your tenth and tithing comes from. But we fell away from that. Now it's all about lining the preacher's pocket, and the preacher becomes a pimp in the pulpit.
I,
And this is what we fall into.
I agree with you.
Sis,
I agree with
can I
you.
add to that a little
Hey,
bit, sis?
go ahead,
He
Chief.
had asked also. He asked the question also about us having businesses and why we don't have those businesses.
No, I
And
didn't. I didn't.
I'm gonna give
The
you
question.
your answer to that question
No, the
is
question I
because
asked. The question I asked. Can you name a business that black people have had and still have in existence that you can compare to a Bank of America, a Best Buy, a Verizon,
well,
so on and so forth? That's what I
and I
said.
was
And I said,
gonna
and I let me finish.
I was gonna explain to you why we don't have those
Okay,
businesses.
let's
Those are big businesses, so I wanted to explain to you
okay.
why we don't have those businesses because we do have
And
some.
real
But
quick,
those
Chief.
big business like that,
Mm-hmm.
those are $1 million businesses, bro. Okay, that's why I asked you, were you a political person or have you had big business before? Because when you get into big business realm, you'll see how far you actually can go. See,
Well, what would be the closest
when you're
thing
dealing
Hold
to
with
on,
that?
Christ.
people
I
like
got you.
What would be the closest thing to the big business?
Oh, that's
Because there,
Coppertone.
there,
Welcome,
hold on,
Coppertone. Hold
there
on,
is a
we
Coppertone. I got you.
business.
Good
I
question.
got you,
Just
Coppertone.
name it.
Hold on, man.
hold
I
on, let me
got you.
finish. When we say big
You back
business,
up. Thank you.
um,
I
they
got you.
usually
Welcome, Coppertone.
they
Real
usually
quick,
burn
Chief.
all of our big businesses down. Okay, the reason why we don't still have the ones that we had, most of them got burned down back in the days.
But
That's why we
they
had
let
the Wall
one
Street
business
stuff going on.
stand.
So
Real
it's not
quick,
like we don't
Coppertone. I
have.
got you, Coppertone. Come on, give me a second, brother. I don't want no. I want everybody to get it out. I'm muting up, so give me a second. I'm introduce you, and I'm gonna give you the floor, and I'm gonna let you ask your questions and talk. Give me about. Let the brother finish his speech, please.
Yeah, it's not like
I'm gonna give it right to you.
we don't
Welcome.
want to have these big businesses or it's a curse that we don't. We got people that are sellouts that don't think of the way that we think of starting keeping life going. We just don't have those type of people that have so-called money because they didn't treated these people like they some type of star. So they don't see what reality is, knowing that which we need as necessities as a people. That's why they don't go and obtain it and go buy a grocery store for, I mean, just one grocery store that we can go to. We don't even have that. You see what I'm saying? So so what you think you can do in business, it won't happen because white supremacy still exists. Don't ever forget that you got people that are here to do a job. Okay. See, that's why I say that we are still in a war. Is this not spiritual? It is physical, okay? That we are living in a war for your life, and they're not letting you live your life. So you'll say, "Oh, I could just, get all this education, and I could open up a business, or somebody Oprah can loan me this money." Go let her loan it to you and see what type of business that you can open. But see, she ain't gonna loan it to you because she's not in that realm to make the people move forward. Otherwise, she'll have 100 grocery stores open already. She's not living in that. That's not a curse. That's them telling her where to spend their money, or she gonna get cut off. Them people don't want to be cut off. They love this stuff that they doing right now. Somebody praising them to be a star. These people love that. You see what I'm saying? So they not you. They don't live on principle at all. So that's really the reason why we don't have it, because the devil is out here, bro. If you want to call it that, the devil is out here. You'll never get
You
that
you
what you
what you what
calling
you
right now
what you
until you
crying?
get rid of
Land it,
them.
land it, man, land it. You
I
fucking
landed.
crying,
Go
man.
ahead, Capitone. You got it. Welcome
Damn.
to the platform. Good hearing your voice, man. Welcome.
Appreciate you, man. Man, you been you need information is for victims. You need to fly high, man. Your mindset, man. You sound like a victim. Huh?
No, I sound like I've been
Nah, you
through.
sound like a victim,
No, it
man.
sounds like I have experience, bro.
Experience in
I think y'all
victimhood.
religious guys sound like victims because y'all still
No,
believe in a
look here,
book.
look
That's
here.
who I think the victim is. Y'all victims of this
Religion.
society. Y'all still
OG
believe
Philly.
in a
Come on,
book
man. Let me
instead of
talk, man.
believing in your reality. But go ahead, Capitone, you got it. Y'all
Religion
sound like the
and
victim when y'all say God
superstition
is
is
real.
one and the
Y'all
same.
sound like a fearful victim.
Religion and superstition. Let me talk. Religion, you gonna learn something today. Religion and superstition
I doubt it.
is one and the same. So religion goes to the church and the superstition part goes to those that are rooted up, that believe in that side of the game. But man, look here, man. Look here.
What that got to do with
What's
the business
what's
we were talking about?
I'm going back to what you said earlier. The biggest business outside of a Bank of America is what? We need to think.
The
The
Think.
church,
church.
the
No.
church,
Other than that, it's
religion,
no, come on,
religion,
man. Come on, think.
war,
Think
religion
victim.
and war and
No, the
politics.
sorcery. The sorcery. On the streets. That's the black Wall Streets, the many black Wall Streets that they allow. Uh-huh. That drug dealing, that street shit. So going back to what the preacher man say, regardless, son, you selling the wrong product. Huh? Right? That drug shit. That's the money. They allow that. They allow other businesses, but you don't get outside of the mindset of what's the businesses that black people and Negro have across the country of ours or theirs. Name the top 10. It ain't no grocery store. So Ice Cube saying that in his rap, it could have been that, but those many black Wall Streets scared to spend the cash money. They can't spend the cash money on certain things, huh? And they were scared of credit.
He's got a good
Let's
point.
go.
He's got a good point. Can you name a
The
business that
point
black?
is, you're looking over a lot of what's going on. What about the sorcery, that street shit, huh? Could somebody take accountability for that?
I think
Well,
We
someone
people
has.
know
out there.
where the white
I think
supremacy
So,
someone,
come
real
so
from.
do
quick,
you
I
think
think
If
maybe?
someone has took accountability for that.
Yeah,
That's why they sending
yeah.
the National Guard into our community.
Really
Man,
though,
they
right?
doing that for the minority report because look,
Bro,
I'm just saying, you said
listen,
somebody take
all that is
everything
accountability
scam,
has to
bro.
on the
go
street
down
shit.
in
Let's
Washington
We
be
really
serious
can't
D.C.
about this,
control the
man.
street
before it
shit,
could go
Capitone.
in
Sure, you can
any
control it.
city.
Sure, you can control
It
it. It's
it
too big.
has to go. Remember the crack laws and all that? Remember
We
when
ain't policing our own
OG,
communities. I got you,
you
Capitone.
is
I
that
done let you talk.
age.
I got you, Capitone. Give it back to
Remember
you, brother.
there was no law for crack
We ain't
until
policing
they
our own
made a crack
communities.
law in Washington D.C.
Can you hear me, Capitone?
Yeah, let me talk,
All right, then, yeah. I've been letting you talk, brother. Let me talk with
man.
you.
But damn,
You can't say I haven't let you
I ain't
talk.
We don't make
finished. You
drugs,
let
man.
Chief sing and all that, but I'm 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 still
You
talking
haven't been to this
with
channel in a
sense.
while. My brother
You
Chief
said
Eagle, I
about the
support me,
federal
and that's my
national
brother.
guard. You start
But go
crying
ahead,
about
brother.
that,
Go
but
ahead.
I'm
I got you.
saying
I'm gonna give you a couple
everything
more
has to
minutes,
go in
Capitone. But if I
Washington
ask you to
D.C.
mute up, please
first.
mute up.
God damn, Philly.
You
God
got it.
damn, Philly. Philly, mute up, man. Well, okay,
I'm the
Philly.
host of
Okay,
it. Hold on. Don't get it twisted. I'm the host of this show. I don't never have to mute the hell up, but I do respectfully. And I do mute up and I let everybody talk. I just like when a person is talking, let them get it out, copper tone. Mute up and then hold your thoughts and then basically comment on what they're saying. But I'm the host. I don't never have to mute up as long as I'm live. And respect to the brother Bash, like I've been explaining to him. You know what I mean? I haven't interrupted him. I've been letting him get it what he's saying out. I do interrupt people at some time, but I'm the host. So expect me to interrupt you. I'm gonna let you back, Copper Tone, but don't tell me don't interrupt you. It's my show. It's the people show.
Tell me about that Philly. Hey, could you tell me? Answer me this. Every time I answer you real stuff, you have no answers for me. Tell me about Philadelphia's City Hall. Have you been to Philadelphia City Hall ever in your life when you used to live in Philadelphia?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What sticks out about the Philadelphia City Hall overall? Tell me the
It's a
structure.
place where you handle business.
Other than that, other than the city hall, tell me about the structure, the
Well,
architectural. Okay,
we all
Philly.
know the
Let me.
architecture of
The,
these
Okay, Philly.
The Masonic
old
symbols. The
stuff,
Masonic symbols.
That Philadelphia City
along with the
Hall
churches,
is the
Masonic symbols.
oldest architectural structure standing in America. That was built in the 15 or 1600s. And no, I'm not
I've
What's the
drunk,
told you
point,
that's what I've
Coppertone?
been saying. And that
but
prior to the
you
1600s, it
have you
wasn't
live
here
in Philly
because
your
they were
whole life.
practicing
It's a lot of
the
these
religion
things that you just being away
or that type
rambling.
of business.
You okay, nah, but back to it. But
So what are you
y'all,
saying? What are you saying?
I was just asking, me and him have a lot of history that a lot of things that I logically be asking Philly, it's like it falls on deaf ears and he don't know nothing,
But
but
we ain't heard you ask nothing.
you ain't listening because you trying to
What's the
talk.
point of the Moorish
Hold on, I
temple in
got you.
Philadelphia? What's the point? What's the point?
I
What's the
got
point
y'all.
of
I'm
I
the
got you.
saying
temple?
that
Capitone, you
everybody,
hold on. I got
it's
everybody.
Navi.
Capitone,
You
you
don't
ain't
see
been
that
over
that's
here in
wild.
like
That 15
3 to 6 months.
to 1600s. That
Basically, like I said, you ain't been over here in 3 to 6 months. Anytime you ask me a question, I try to answer it to the best of my ability. You probably still talking in the front, so stop lying to the people.
I,
You don't come over here to this channel
I
regularly.
got a question for you, OG,
Go ahead, sir.
in regards to what he was saying. Can you name me a
damn man.
Can you name me a business that black people still have that has done better than the drug trade that black people are caught up into?
The Spice Game.
The what?
The Spice Game, brother. I'll answer it.
The
The
spice
We
Spice
game? What is
Game.
that?
our folks were delivering spices
No, I said
Now,
that's
like sugar,
I said it's
which
current
was a
today.
drug to Europeans. So
No,
we still doing that because
I said it's today. That's current
still
today. Did you hear me?
we still dealing drugs.
Right. So
Yeah, we still dealing
so
drugs.
the point that
Yeah, but
the
real
point that
quick,
the brother
Bash.
made, the
You
point.
you
Yeah, we
talking? Hey,
still
Bash,
farmers
real
too.
quick. I got you. I'm gonna mute up. You talk about the drug dealers on the corner, but you don't call out Big Pharma, who's the major drug dealer. Your
man, we
people
already know
taking
about Big
8 and 10 pills
Farmer.
a
We know
day,
about Big
but you won't
Farmer.
call them out for
We
selling
know about
drugs
Big
and bad
Farmer.
drugs. But you want to
They
talk
call
about the
that out,
people
man. That's
when we should be
sorcery.
talking about Big Pharma. I'm gonna
Man,
ask
we
you to mute up
should.
one
We
more
could
time,
handle.
Capitone. What's the matter,
Let
brother?
me say let me say this real quick because this is another thought
Mute
that I
up, man,
had
please.
when you guys were having the conversation the other day, um, talking about the 600 people in the House of Representatives and the Senate, and we are only like less than 50% of that. And I said we don't need more black people in there. What we need is alliances and allegiances. And I say that when you mention this the pharmaceutical industry. One of the things that helped the pharmaceutical industry thrive was when the lesser sciences got with the agricultural part and started making synthetic drugs and drugs, this, that, and the other. When those two industries combined, that's what allowed pharmacology to take off over here. So we don't need more black folks, more religious folks, more females, more males, whatever the case. We need alliances. And that's the problem. We
Alliances
haven't made the proper alliances.
with who? Alliances with who?
Pick somebody. Which industry do you want to have an alliance with? What are you
How
trying
about
to solve?
OG just mentioned big pharma? We know that's corrupt, and we know the
Ain't it
system is
funny
corrupt.
how
So
fam
hold on,
use
brother.
biggest
Hold,
product
hold up, brother.
that they
Hold up,
produce
brother.
is
Hold
pharmacy.
up.
Fam, you is
How are you
associated to
gonna have an alliance?
farmers,
How you gonna
so
have an
they
alliance?
took.
Damn, bro.
Capiton, hold on, Bash. I got you. Capiton, please mute up. Yeah, if the brother actually respectfully mute up, let him get it out. I've been letting you talk. I'm gonna let you talk again. Mute up, please. The brother trying to get it out.
How are you gonna have an alliance with filth if the pharmaceutical companies corrupt? If the drug industry is corrupt, if the the FDA is corrupt, and the government is corrupt, how are we going to heal or fix ourselves up with corruption? That's the whole
Well,
point.
one of the things, brother, one of the things, brother, is when in Rome, do as the Romans do. This country was built on corruption.
So you're saying to do it? You said that well, when in Rome, do what Romans
What
do.
what else are we gonna do? We're trying to
Wait a
hold this
Well, then
minute,
that
standard,
go,
and we
wait a
can't hold
minute.
this standard because of people's imaginations
that goes
You
back into
and their
the
fast.
lies.
that goes into
You
back to the brother
fast.
that was speaking before you about the principles of the Bible. He himself, and I think you kind of rode with him. If we lived
No,
by
I stood out on my own, telling you that
all
God was a
right,
principle.
then the brother that's I don't know his name that was speaking before you. If we lived the principles of the Bible, it would separate us from the corruption, and that would heal us in opposed to the system. It's better to be spiritually inclined than politically or systematically inclined based on Americanism. Do you agree or disagree? And if no, if yes or no, why?
Well, I would say that's almost impossible
What's
to
impossible?
do.
The follow the principles of the
To
Bible?
Yes, because you're going to have to make some compromises.
Good
The
from evil.
principle itself, the principle itself, hold on. The principle itself tells you have to make compromises because one of those principles within the religion tells you that they created Satan to put somewhere to put
yes,
evil.
but if one of the
The
principles of
same God,
if one of the
the
principles
same principle, as soon as you create a positive, you immediately create its opposite.
if one of the
So
principles
you got to be willing to
Man,
go
those
into that dark.
principalities, those spiritual principalities, man, you ain't got to do that.
if
You
if
just
if one-
fast. You go
if one of the
cold turkey.
principles if one of the principles is
You
thou
have self will.
if one of the principles is thou shall not steal, what am I compromising to live up to not stealing? What am I compromising?
Same biblical text tells you no one, the same biblical text tells you that nobody faults a man for stealing when he's hungry.
Okay,
You're gonna have to
You
compromise.
supposed to
if
feed a
we follow either
person when
one,
they hungry, so they ain't got to steal and kill.
if
So
we
you're supposed
follow
to have charity and love in the heart.
if we follow
That'll
any of those
cancel all
principles,
that extra shit that people do for the love of money.
oh man.
Well, I'm gonna let y'all
You're
have
not
this
making
finish.
the
I'm
proper
gonna let y'all
allowances
finish,
with the
but I can't.
businesses and
If we follow
industries that are here.
if we
Go
follow
on, G man. This nah, dog, this ain't I ain't doing this no more. Y'all be good, you heard me? Take care.
you leaving, brother?
Yeah, get on, man.
Yeah,
Let
Hiker.
him
It's
get
all
on,
good,
man.
Hiker.
He
I
trying to
appreciate you.
troll and all that, man.
Like
Calm
I said,
down, get sent.
real quick, everybody. I put the link out for anybody to come up, man. You know what I mean? Anybody. As long as you keep it respectful and on the information, man. Not all of us think alike. I know a lot of people don't think like I think. But I try to, show respect to everybody and be respectful. You know what I mean? So I can't control what the people think when they hit the link, especially the religious people. If they
You
want to hold on to
superstitious.
that
You're
book is
not
real,
religious, but it's one and the
you know what I
same,
mean?
bro.
But hey, OG. But if
You ain't hear me. I got you, Bash. You ain't hear me talking copper tone. I was talking, man. Come on now. Be respectful. I'm gonna kick you out, man. Me and this brother Bash disagree all the time. I may cut him off, but I try to keep it respectful. I can't control grown people. I apologize for what happened before my brother Bash, it's hard for me to control
Oh,
grown people when
you
they
talking
can
about the other
emotionally.
day? Come on, man.
Yeah, the
That
last
was
time you were here, but
ridiculous, man. That was
I try to be respectful to everybody, even if I disagree. So, Copper, I'm gonna ask you nicely, man. Please mute up. I'm trying, you know, if you can't even mute
Hey,
up and I
Dennis the
mute up,
Menace, get an avatar before you talk shit, huh? I don't talk too much, no more than what your grandma taught. Let's go, huh?
there you go. All right, I'm just asking, be respectful. Mute up the brother Bash. He got some people on his side watching, and I got people on my side watching. Even though me and this brother disagree with a lot of things, you know, I still try to show respect to everybody, and that's all I'm asking. Everybody, please
Man, I'm
respect.
showing respect, man. I'm just trying to get in where I fit in, man. The
Okay,
Mike
but when
Chris.
somebody else
The Mike
talking, you
Chris.
ain't getting in where you fit in. You over talking them, and the people ain't
You need to
hearing
mute up and just
one
host
person.
it.
Like I said, you have a good day, man. Come back another
Yes,
day.
sir.
I ain't banning you, but you don't tell me how to run my motherfucking show, man. I do mute up. It's people like you that don't mute up. I'm going to mute up and get a mic to the brother Bash to show I can mute up and have some decorum and let other people talk. You got it.
I'm just simply saying that the brother mentioned principles, and then the sister said later on down the line that you have to adhere or follow principles of the Bible. You have to compromise something. So I threw out thou shalt not steal, and she mentioned about if a person is hungry, then that person can steal. So I don't see where's a negative compromise in any of those two examples. You know, you don't steal. I don't steal from you. You don't steal from me. Everything runs good. You know, I don't see the harm in that. And that's the Bible. You understand? You know, man should not lie down with mankind, meaning two men should not be married and two women should not be married. I'm not saying that. That's what the Bible says. I don't see where's the harm or there's a problem with that. You understand? There's a lot of examples of the Bible that uplift men and women, like I mentioned earlier when I first got on. So I believe personally, when we stop listening to the principles of the Bible, which are the laws, God cursed us. And then I gave an example of the curse that in the book of Deuteronomy, it tells you that I'm gonna read it real quick. I know y'all hate the Bible, but I'll just give me 2 seconds. It says, "The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low." 44th verse in Deuteronomy 28, verse 44. "He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tails." And you can't name a bank or lending institution that we've had, and that's from the 1800s to now. So it's got to be something spiritual. It's got to be something spiritual. So, oh really?
And I'm going to mute back up. Y'all got it. I apologize for the interruption.
There are.
And also Bass, as I said earlier, as soon as you create one thing, you immediately create its opposite. So when you say they'll rise up very high and you'll be very low,
Mhm.
case in point,
Yeah, but you are very
because we're
low.
talking correspondence and polarity.
Yeah, but polarity wise, you are very low. Is that you don't have nobody to represent you in the UN? You don't have. You claim you.
Well, okay, I got you. I got you. Let me take this one for you.
Mhm.
Is not a servant of all?
Is not a
Or
servant.
does he just want a servant of all? Is he not the servant? Is he very, to become a servant, to become a steward, do you not become very low?
Yeah. Okay.
And I would have to ask, which position do you want? Do you want the furthest, most, the best seat in the house? Do you want to be gluttonous, or do you want to get the job done?
Well, going back to the principle of the Bible forbids us to be gluttonous. And as far as a position that I want, I'm telling you
Then
that
why you kind of crying about being low right now?
I'm not crying.
Because
I accept.
I mean, you're making it sound like this is the curse that happened to us, that we're going to become very low. But let me put it to you like this, going back with a little bit of science here, just a little bit mechanics. I'm 5'2". I
Okay.
can't jump with a 7 foot person, but when he puts that ball on the ground, guess who's on it?
I guess you're gonna say you because you're lower.
because of what I've operated in.
All right, but that's apply. Give me an example of how that works and how that applies to black people in
I
the.
just did.
No, listen. I didn't finish the question. Give me an example of how that's working for black people in 2025 financially. Give me the same. The same.
Let's okay, let's say this way. Okay. So you got a business. The business is run by foreigners. The business hires foreigners. You just happen to be a minority, a black person, whatever the case is, that comes in and works this business. But the people that you work with don't know jack shit. You know a lot of stuff. So now when they go to fuck up, you fix it. That's becoming very low while they become very high.
No, that's not the same thing. What very low is
It
that
is.
very low. When you're very high, you can create programs for your children to get them out of the state they're in. When you're very high, you can buy up real estate and land where your people can live on. And
And you can feed the homeless. And why haven't we done any of that?
because again,
Regardless of the industries,
you gotta
this,
let
that,
me.
and the other. Okay, they got all these industries. Hold on a second. They got all these industries, banking, education, this, that, and the other. But we got a plethora of homeless people that only been growing day by day. Why aren't we addressing that? That's a whole industry that we could take over. What, is there not enough prestige for it? Or do we feel the same way about the homeless that we feel about any other poor person?
Well, like I said,
Because the poor will have with us always.
earlier in our book, it's in uh, Hosea 4:6. It says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." So earlier,
Science.
you got to let me finish the statement. I'm not long winded, like 30 seconds. That's all I need is 30 seconds, really. So when you don't have knowledge, sometimes it's so bad you don't have knowledge that you're in a bad state. Or you know it, but you just get comfortable with it. This is part of the curses and part of the destruction that falls on our people. Perfect example to make you see it better is that a lot of our people believe they're Africans, but you got Africans all around you doing their thing, and they go and ship money back to their people. They open up businesses among their people in Africa, and not one organization in Africa is speaking for black people in this country because all dark-skinned people are not the same. We're not all the same. I'm sure you disagree, but that you got to examine it.
Disagree on what? Disagree on what?
My statement I just made,
What
or a
part?
few of the statements I made,
What part? What part of it?
all of
Because
it.
the African Union claimed America as their sixth region.
Name me, sister. Name me one major African organization that are speaking up for black folks in this country on the level of a.
If
And
those people believe,
you
if
got to let me.
those people believe that,
You got to let me finish the
you
question.
you actually are saying the statement.
I didn't finish the
You don't
question.
have to get all the way through.
I
Oh
didn't finish.
God, another question.
It's the
Okay,
same
go ahead.
question. I never finished the question.
If it's the same question, then let me address the answer that
Well,
you,
let me.
Yeah,
the
you
question
can't
that
ask.
led up to it.
Yes, you can't ask a 5 minute question. Keep your questions kind of simple,
I did.
brother. Like real
I said, let me
question.
ask you a question.
Go ahead, I'm muting up. Y'all got
Watch,
it.
watch, watch. Let me ask you a question. Name me one African organization that are speaking up and repping our people for everything they're going through in this country. And this organization is it clearly in the mind of our people as a Nation of Islam, a Black Panther Party, or NAACP?
Oh, that's just too much. I can't answer that question
Really?
until you started adding Nation of Islam and
No, I said
Hebrew
on the
Israelite or
level.
whatever you.
On the level. Like, you know how our people, they know about the Nation of Islam and they know what they're about for our people. They know what the
The
NAACP.
African Union, as I said a minute ago, the only thing that I can give you is the African Union made America their sixth region. So that is, and got money for it
So how are they
just
helping our
recently
people?
within the past 2 months. I don't know how they're helping our people, but apparently those people think all black people are the same.
Okay, well, is it effective? Is it bringing money into the black community? Is it creating
I know it pissed us off.
I would
Those of us
say
who are from here, I
I
know
would
it
say
pissed us
no.
off.
I'm sorry, go ahead, OG, what you say?
I would say no. It ain't bringing nothing in our community. We ain't
That's the
African.
point I'm making. They don't.
These African, hold on, brother. These corporations are working together. Africa is a corporation. Every state they have, 55 states or 56, the one they just made, they're corporations. So no, a corporation ain't gonna do shit for the people. It's gonna do for other corporations like Israel, like
Right,
Africa,
right.
like Russia, like China.
Mhm.
So no, none of these African organizations have did anything for our people, and none of those African organizations have said, those our people, bring our people back to Africa. But
I
we
got a
ain't
question.
Africans over here. We're Americans, and we were born in America. We don't go with the way the educational system is pushed, that black
I,
people come from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
The way it's taught is that all people come from Africa, but I don't see white people or Chinese or none of them other nationalities saying they people came from Africa. It's only Bible thumping religious people that believe in that book or the education system that thinks they come from Africa.
I got a
Eugenics,
question.
Darwinism. So my answer
Based
is
on
no. Go ahead, Nabi.
based on Deuteronomy and the fact that they will be put in ships and all this other stuff, um, are Hebrew Israelites from here?
From America?
Yeah.
No. OG had a show a while back, maybe like a year and a half ago, and they claimed that they were already here in Americas. And I said, no, all mankind comes from the East. You didn't just sprout up over here in America. Everybody comes from the East, or what they call the Middle
That's
East.
what they teach.
So wait. Hold on, Philly.
Go ahead, Nabi.
And
So
they,
being that the Hebrew Israelites are not from here,
Mhm.
how can you say that we are cursed when we're not claiming to be from where the Hebrew Israelites are from?
we do teach that where we're from. But what I'm trying to tell you
Where you
that
from? Where you from?
what they call Israel, the land called Israel, in the East.
The land called Israel. So y'all would be cursed, but not the people who were
That
here.
was the land called Israel that was created in 1948.
No, that was the Jew. That was a mandate after World War.
There's no land called Israel,
That was
sir,
a mandate.
prior to them creating it.
Okay.
There's no land in that Bible that's real, sir. Like I said, y'all want that Bible to be real. They basically
Well,
make up names and change names and do that today.
okay. Well,
I'm just saying the Deuteronomy don't belong to us.
what? Who's us?
If you trying to make us all Hebrew
I'm
Israelites,
not trying to make all of us. I'm like Africans, they're dark. Ethiopians, they dark. Egyptians, the original Egyptians, they dark. I said earlier, all black people are not the same. I don't know what state you live in, but Africans tend to stay with Africans, and we tend to stay with our people. Africans don't get down with y'all. They dark. No nation get down with you. Check it out.
beautiful, but at the same time, you said these curses fell
Right.
on us. What businesses do black people own? Like we
No, that
were
was just one. That was
lumped
just
together in this thing.
that was just one example to make you see how spiritually the Bible connects with us, situation wise. That was just one
Because
example.
it's a principle.
No, that was just one example, a spiritual example. Another example is that we should be hated by all nations. Now, can you name me a nationality on this?
We who?
Us, like as the real Jews. Now, the scripture says that we should.
Oh, the real Jews
The scripture says that
that are from Israel.
no, we were originally from
The
Israel.
real Jews that's from Israel.
No, the real Jews are black, us. And what happened? We were chased out of
From
Israel.
Israel
I'm trying to explain. You don't want to hear it? You want me to?
and came over here on a ship and got the curse of Deuteronomy. I'm trying to tell you, you're
You're
saying
trying
it
to
like
tell
you're
me
trying
what
to
I'm.
blanket us with this,
That's
and I'm like,
that's not. It's incorrect. I'm trying to clarify and give you understanding, whether you believe it or not, of who we are and how we ended up in the position that we're in. And then I followed up with the businesses to show you spiritually that
how the Hebrew Israelites ended
you're
up
not
in
going to
the
let me.
position that they're in.
You're not going to let me finish the.
I just want you to be specific
How
because it sounds like you're blanketing
how
all
much
of us by not
well
say Jew,
how much
say Hebrew Israelite.
I said that 3 times already, and you agree with me. You say, "Oh yeah, you're saying we're the Israelites." You said that. I said it 3 times. I
No,
mean,
no, no. You're
we
saying
are.
He
that you're
didn't
the
I'm
agree
starting
with
again.
Hebrew
I'm
you,
starting
sir.
again.
Israelites.
He didn't agree with you.
I believe, whether you believe it or not, is that the blacks in this country are the true Israelites, and that we were once.
I don't.
Okay, I'm just telling you what my position.
Okay.
You don't have to believe it or not. I'm just telling
And
you.
I don't.
Okay, you don't have
But
to
go ahead.
believe it. I'm just making my point. I'm just making. You asked me a question. I'm trying to answer the best way I can.
You got it. You
I'm just
got it.
so I'm just saying. So what for people who don't believe? I gave the example in regards of businesses. We've been here for over 200 years, and you're going to tell me that either we're dumb or we're cursed because if you look at it, how for the last 200 years we can't establish a business that can compete with other nationalities? You say that we sabotage ourselves and people keep sabotaging us. Fine. Well, the other nationalities, They have a Chinatown. They have a little Italy.
I got a question. I got you. I got you. Let me ask you this one. And I don't mean to cut you off, but I just thought about something. Doesn't your text tell you that when you go into a land of foreigners, this, that, and the other, that you're not supposed to do what they do? Why indeed are you trying to compete with the people that are here?
When it says do what they do, it's talking about their religions and their beliefs.
But business is a religion.
in the one a group of Africans, they have one belief is where they would put their mouth in the backside of a ox, blow hot air in there, and let it defecate on them, and they would make stuff out of the feces or and urine. That's not in our culture. Certain cultures in Africa, they cut their
And
faces
priests bite off the tips of little boys' penises
that's
to
the
give them
European.
circumcision.
That's the European.
Is that
man.
your culture too?
That's the European man. That's what he does. For example, we got Christmas is coming when? December 25th. That's a pagan custom. It goes all the way back to Babylon. But our people participate in those customs. We're not supposed to do that. We're clean people. We're not heathenistic people. You understand? That's
Then
why.
how come you're not successful if you're clean people?
Because we chose to do the things that the unclean people did in uncleanness. We chose to do the things that God said we should not do. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Earlier, when you opened the show, you said the principles of God is okay. There's nothing really wrong with the principles of God. The brother said this, but he has a problem with the religion. God has a problem with religion. I have a problem with religion. But because we chose to follow religion, this is why we are in the position that we are in today. Christmas is a religion. That's not in the Bible. There's no December 25th and putting Christmas trees in your homes and presents under your Christmas trees. There's no. But our people, like OG said, that's into religion, they're caught up into that garbage. Easter, that's a pagan religion. There's bunnies are symbolic of procreation, and they link rabbits with that because rabbits are known to procreate frequently, and we eat that garbage up. That's religion. Like OG said, religion is bad. This is why you're in the condition that you're in. Not you per se, but our people.
Basically, what OG says is for OG, and I'm my own man. I speak for myself. I do not speak for my chat or my audience. So just because OG says it's bad, that's just my point of view and what I have experienced in this reality we live in.
Well,
Like I asked you last time, don't read from that Bible and give me your experience, but you always go back to the Bible.
well, name
And not
name me something that our people.
not Ash, I've been letting you talk, brother.
Okay.
Like I said, I asked you to give me your experience on something. You always go to that book. That's not giving me your experience. That's giving me that Bible experience. Something you learn.
Can I respond?
And like I always say, a baby is born not knowing about a God or a higher power until it's taught it. If you don't teach a baby about God, he'll never know about a God. He'll only know about his parents.
Can I give you a response?
It's taught behavior. Go ahead, brother. I'm just saying this is taught behavior.
From my experience, you said you mentioned about give you an experience outside of the Bible. And from my experience living outside of the Bible, prior to when I got into the Bible, I found, and this is no disrespect to my people because I love my people, but because of the curses, which I acknowledge outside of the Bible before I got into the Bible, my people are very backward, evil people. In America, and the ways of the European man has made them this way. You understand? So I got to examine the negatives in my people and compared them with the curses that are in the Bible. And at first, I didn't believe it. But until I started seeing the evil in our women, the evil in our men, and the evil in our children. And I thought to myself, the Bible is definitely a better way for survival spiritually in this kingdom. Unless someone can tell me to close the book and show me a better way as far as a lifestyle that I can learn from, I don't see any alternative but the Bible. Because if there was, people would be using it and functioning. People would have the businesses like I brought up. They would be doing that. We would be on a higher level than our enemies if there was another alternative. But black people talk a good one, but they never have a program that we can run to. For years, they've been saying we're going to get land, we're going to plant corn and establish our own lifestyle in America. But then, like I said earlier, you want to do this in the very system that's evil, corrupt, dirty, filthy. You want to establish a higher state of living or being in a corrupt system and rise higher than the enemy, higher than the same white man that has created the corrupt system in the first place. You're going to excel above him in his wickedness and become higher in a wicked system. It don't add up. It don't add up. So the Bible's a better.
I'm for creating your own system, brother, getting from out underneath of this corporation and creating your own system, which is not against the law. So it's ways that we can get out of this system and or even if we ain't going to war, partnership with these motherfuckers, but take back our own control by controlling our own destiny, creating our own corporation, and putting people in place that's going to do for us. That's something we won't do. But every other nation of people come together and do that, like you said. But we got our people waiting on God to come out the sky and change and basically get rid of these evil people. So as long as we waiting on God, we ain't doing shit. And that's why we're stagnated. And we believe that it's a curse, but basically it's planning. And basically the curse is a mentality that makes you do nothing because you're waiting on the savior to come and save you.
Everybody, I'm not the sister coming because I got to leave and go back to the devil and go back to work in a little while. But even remember, you're not too young. Sorry, well, you're not too young to remember this point in this country. Remember the Branch Davidians? They had their own ranch and they were a very religious group, and they had the right to bear arms. They had their own system, their own land, their own agriculture. What happened to that group? The same white man that they was a part of, these were white people who were heavily religious, burned them up and killed them. What about the MOVE organization who just wanted to do their thing in Philadelphia? You're from Philly, OG. What happened to them? They dropped a damn bomb on them. So as long as the beast that
a black mayor, I got you, brother, a black mayor bombed his people.
Yeah.
Because
why?
They didn't want to go with the system.
There you go. So
and
you said
stood around and watched. But I'm gonna let you finish.
You said we're free to do these things. You're not free to do anything in America or abroad. Proof of that is the Iranians. Those are J people. I'm not going to disrespect your panel, your show. The JE people over there in Israel.
Cool. I don't give a fuck about the Jews, brother. So you can say their names.
All right.
I'm already censored. They ain't gonna censor me no more. Because I say the Jew word. But go ahead, you got
it. They run the show. This is why every president kisses the ring of the Jew man. They all kiss the finger of the man over there. They all kiss that finger. You understand? So Trump had to bow down and bomb the hell out of Iran. You know what's happening over there in the East. They oppressed the hell out of the Palestinians, the people on the Golan Heights, and the Arab world. You know that's what's up because the beast runs the world. Now, in our book, it says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, Job 9:24. Proverbs 29 verse 2 says, when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. But when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. We know that the whole world, including this country, is ran by the wicked. Bottom line, it's ran by the wicked. So you're not free to do anything. But
brother, I say all these countries are ran by the wicked, not just America.
I just said that.
China. Look what China is doing to their people. Look, you talked about the Middle East, the Arabs. Look what they're doing to their people. They all doing the same thing. When that pandemic hit, just about every country went along with it. So I don't just see being America evil. I see all these countries as corporations and as businesses and that's doing their people wrong. And not just America.
And the scripture says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. It also tells our people, no matter where we go, the curses shall pursue thee wherever you go. Wherever you go. That's all I'm saying.
Hey brother Bash, what one is that say respect your heavenly master and your earthly,
I know what you're talking about. That's in the book of I believe it's in Ephesians, but that's not the white man twisted that. I was watching Emancipation. I don't know if you saw that with Will Smith. Did you see that movie yet? Emancipation? Slavery movie? Not. Check that out. Great movie. He redeemed himself in that movie after that craziness about smacking dude on the stage. But he redeemed that great movie. I watched it again a few days ago. But the point is, this man ain't gonna stop doing what he's doing. He's gonna continue to do what he's doing, man. And that's the reality I'm trying to make you see, whether you believe the Bible or not. The Bible is the only book on this planet that relates to what we are experiencing now. Everybody's seeing it now. Like you mentioned about the jab and COVID-19, this country will never go back to where it was prior to 2019. This is it. This is it. When they played around with the SNAP benefits, that was a little test run to see how far they can go. And they're going when that power goes off and when that money stops flowing, you're gonna see your brothers and sisters how true they are, how loving they are. You're gonna see a completely different black man and black women when the system falls, because it will fall. It's going to fall. And then you got a lot of people who don't believe in the Bible, they're gonna turn back to the Bible. They're gonna turn back to the Bible.
Hey, I appreciate you coming up. Everybody coming up. I'm gonna let everybody. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take a quick music break. Then I'm gonna let.
I gotta go back to work, but I thank you, brother, for having me on, and the sister if she's still there. I don't know if she's still there. Thank you for being patient. I know
I'm still here.
We kind of cross lines a bit here and there, but so thanks for just being patient with me and hearing me out. And just investigate what I'm saying. Maybe I'm a liar, but just investigate what I'm saying, because these are bad times, man. And if you're not shining up your AR and you're not stocking up food and you're not getting ready for what's about to come, then you're a fool. And the Lord said our people are very foolish. And we're definitely a foolish people and overly emotional. These are some serious times. And this man is losing his power. He's losing his power and he's losing his grip. Turn on the news. Look what's happening. Watch left and right.
Turn off the news. Don't turn that motherfucker on. You're going to get indoctrinated. Like I said, they use fear, brother. I'm gonna let you close out, but don't turn that motherfucker on. Turn that TV off.
No, I'm saying I'm saying turn it on as far as their weakness. Show their weakness. A house divided will not stand, and they're losing their power. He's the wicked, and they're losing their power. Watch the news. There's this thing with the Charlie Kirk. He didn't just get shot because somebody shot him in the crowd. He went up against the JEW people. He went up against them, and they had to take him out. He started breaking the rules. Same thing with what's the one that went crazy the other day? Kanye West. You saw him kissing and bowing down to the master. Did you see that video last week? Unbelievable, because they can break you financially. Money is God in the system, and it was breaking. They broke that dude, and they'll get to you if they want to get to you. But that's all I got to say. I'll be back next time you brothers and sisters go live. But thanks for having me, man. I got to go back to work, unfortunately. But we're going to see where this country is going. I'm in New York, practically. So we're going to see how this Mandami thing goes and this communist thing goes in New York. That's going to be something. That's going to be something.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on, man. Like I said, I put the link up. My biggest thing, let's keep it respectful. Keep it on there.
Okay. So, and this is Bakwash. This is Bakwash. I'm on the OG Philly channel. Check him out when you get a chance. OG Philly. He's been around for quite a few years. Check the brother out.
Big Dog Philly OG.
Oh, sorry. Big Dog Philly OG. I'm sorry. Big Dog Philly OG. Check him out.
Appreciate you, brother.
Hey, Philly, can I close out, because I got to close these doors and leave from here? The only thing that